'Tis the season for friendly gatherings, and you know what that means. Everyone is going to be asking or talking about the housing market, or at least in my household. But the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of speculations about what's happening right now, and everyone's got an opinion on it. So it is my pleasure to share some insight into that inevitable table talk so you can show and tell your friends and family what's really going on in the real estate market right now. So, question number one, where are home prices headed? Well, there's been a lot of concerns about prices that would be coming down this year. Data shows that didn't actually happen. In fact, home prices were rising in most of the nation. Experts say that trend will continue just at a slower pace, that much more normal for the market. And it's a good thing for both buyer and seller. And to help show how confident experts are in this continued appreciation, here is the home price expectation survey from Posenomic. This is a survey of a national panel of over 100 economists, real estate experts, and investment and market strategists. And as the graph below shows, the consensus is price will keep climbing next year and in the years to come. But that's not the only questions on everyone's minds. Next up is the mortgage rate. What is next for the mortgage rates? For more than anything else lately, the housing market has been defined by rapid rising mortgage rate. And they haven't just risen, they're more than double since the day of under 3%. We remember not that long ago. And for the clients or the buyer who are looking to buy a home, that is definitely impact how much they can afford. And that's why so many buyers want to know what is going to happen with mortgage rates. And the answer to that question is no one can say for certain. But here's what we know based on the recent data and historical trends. There is a long-standing relationship between mortgage rate and inflation. Basically, when inflation is high, mortgage rates tend to follow high as well. Over the past year, inflation was up, so mortgage rates naturally was up as well. But inflation is easing now, and that is why the Federal Reserve has recently paused their federal fund rate hikes, which means many experts believe mortgage rate will begin to come down. And in some way, we already started to see a hint of slightly lower mortgage rate in recent weeks. So instead of 7.75, we're seeing 7%. But it's certainly been a volatile and will continue to be that way ongoing next year. So what can we expect in 2024? We are expected to see a downward trend. And we definitely have to keep an eye on the inflation because that is the key indicator of where the interest rate is going to go. And then there's that dreaded R word, recession. Is the recession around the corner? Well, recession talk has been a common thing over the past few years. There are good news on that front. And Wall Street Journal polls expert on this topic regularly. And last year at this time, most of them thought recession would have happened by now. But as experts look at all the leading indicators today, they are changing their mind and saying that recession is getting less and less likely. Then the latest results show that more experts now think that we're not headed for another recession. How great is that? That's fantastic news. And this is also big news for the housing market. And while the 48% to 52% split may seem close to half and half, the key thing to focus on is the majority of these expert think we have avoided the recession already. So last and not least, should I buy or sell my home this year? Ultimately, all these questions lead to this one question of should I buy a home this year? To answer it best, we must remember what are the realtor job. As agents, realtor, we're not here to convince people to buy or sell the home. I'm really here to present all the facts, the insight, the data, so that you can make a confident and informed decisions about your purchase or your decision to sell your home. And to put it simply, it's my job to be the housing market expert. That's my most powerful and effective tool in the challenging market. Why? Because what we are up against is scarier than anything else. It's misinformation. When there's a lack of trustworthy, up to date information, making a real estate decision can be very scary. There are so much at stake. So, is it a good time to buy a home right now? The answer is different for everyone. For a first time home buyer, the biggest factor to consider is the rising rental costs throughout the country. The reality is, home ownership presents the opportunity for a stable monthly payment. And you know what your payment is going to be for the next 30 years, as well as the ability to build wealth and make long term financial investments. It offers security and a sense of accomplishment that renting cannot. And the next piece is that life happens, personal situation change, job may require relocation, aging parents may need to move, etc. These can all play a big part in someone need to buy or sell a home right now. And at the end of the day, while the market may be different than it was over the last few years, there are many financial and non-financial benefits of home ownership that stand the test of time. So whenever you try to time the market always beat you. So if you can find a home that meet your needs and your financial expectation, then it is a good time to buy. Go for it. Go for that home. Because if you wait for price to fall, they almost rarely do. And you may discover the hard way that the house you found really love is much more expensive and worst case scenario, out of your financial reach. And I know for a fact that right now I cannot afford to buy my current home, which I bought only 3 years ago. And I know that's a situation for a lot of people. Now you're in the know. So thanks for watching, and please click the like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.